Now at 6:30 on WKYT, the latest on a deadly shooting this morning in Harrison County, where police say a homeowner has shot an intruder.
We're tracking the investigation into an early morning crash in Lexington that killed the driver.
And we're in between two systems as of right now, one in the East Coast, one over back toward the west. But that starts to change as we go throughout the next several days with an active weather pattern, maybe even snow on Christmas. We'll have that coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It is Christmas week in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Monday morning, December 22nd. Good to have you with us. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. All eyes on later in the week when we're expecting potentially some snowflakes.
Maybe so. Maybe a white Christmas. We'll see. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center.
Well, I think it falls on a good time. Really, Christmas Eve night off into Christmas morning. That's your best chance at snow. And we'll really dive into detail in your full forecast, probably about 10 minutes. But right now, let's talk about what's going on at the moment. Over in McGoffin County, we have one lone shower, and that's moving northbound. And that's going to be the case for today. I think over toward the southeast and eastern zones, you guys have the best chance, which isn't good, 20–30%. But Salyersville heads up. You got a shower coming your way. 33 now in Frankfort. We're at 36 in Richmond, and the roads are good. There are no wet roads out there at this moment, except for McGoffin County right now. 24-hour planner. That small chance of rain is with us through the day, and we'll see temperatures in the upper 40s, lower 50s, which is well above average. Actually, we'll feel okay as we get toward the afternoon. But then that big system starts heading our way for tomorrow, and it really changes that rain into snow as we work through the holidays. And I'll really go over the latest forecast, show you what the latest weather model data is showing, coming up in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Here's the latest from WKYT.
We begin with developing news this morning. State police are investigating a deadly home invasion in Harrison County.
State police were called to assist local police at a home on Monroe Lane that is south of Cynthiana. And WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live in Harrison County now with the developing details and the new info we have. Hillary?
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. That's right. We know that one man is dead following that home invasion that police say happened just after midnight here in Harrison County. The Harrison County Sheriff tells us two men broke into a home on Monroe Lane when the homeowner then shot one of the men. He says both intruders ran from this scene, with one ending up here at Harrison Memorial Hospital. The Harrison County coroner tells us he was then called to the hospital around 1 for a gunshot victim. He then pronounced that man dead. His identity is not confirmed at this time. Now, Kentucky State Police is handling the investigation into this deadly home invasion. We will have the latest as information becomes available. For now, reporting live in Harrison County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, Hillary, thank you. Obviously, a lot more questions to be answered there. And also new this morning, we are tracking the investigation into a deadly crash in Lexington.
This one happened just before 3 o'clock this morning on Georgetown Road near the Scott County line. Police say the driver was thrown from his car and died at the scene. WKYT's Mark Barber is live at the scene with this morning's latest developing details.
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. Police say a man was killed after his car ran off the road here at the Fayette-Scott County line and crashed through the fence you see over my shoulder here. Now, investigators say the man who was killed, the driver of a white four-door Chevy, was heading north on Georgetown Road this morning when he crossed over the median and oncoming traffic. Now, officers tell us the car smashed through two fences, finally coming to a stop in a line of trees just feet from a house. Investigators say the driver was thrown from the car and died at the scene. We're told police didn't know there was a deadly crash until 2:45, when someone who was passing by realized what happened and called police. Investigators called in canines and fire crews to search the area for a passenger, but no one was found. At this time, they believe the driver was the only person in the car. The coroner tells me he is waiting to talk to the man's family before he releases his identity. The coroner also says at this time he's not sure what caused the man to crash. I am told they are planning to run toxicology tests. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Lexington police issued a warrant in the city's latest murder. Police say 21-year-old Jevin McGee shot and killed Joseph Parker last week outside an apartment complex on August Court. Police say McGee sometimes goes by the name Tink. Parker's homicide is the 18th of the year in Lexington. 7 of those cases are still unsolved.
A Central Kentucky high school principal was arrested over the weekend in Lexington. Police arrested David Horseman yesterday. They say he was found passed out in a car parked at a Speedway gas station on Paris Pike. Horseman is the principal of Bourbon County High School. A Lexington home invasion is under investigation this morning. Police say a shooting victim showed up at Good Samaritan Hospital yesterday. He told police that he was at his home on Anniston Drive when a masked man forced his way inside. The man says the intruder shot him. Police don't have many more details about the shooter. The victim is being treated now for non-life-threatening injuries. And police are trying to figure out who fired shots in the Lexington neighborhood. Witnesses said they heard gunshots yesterday on Keys Road. They told police they saw a man driving away in a Mercedes. And about 15 minutes later, police got a call about a man who had been shot in the leg. Police say he is not cooperating with them as they ask questions. They did find some bullet holes in a house.
Well, after 3 weeks of searching, city leaders are prepared to hire a new police chief. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray has scheduled a news conference this morning to announce the new hire. Current police chief Ronnie Baston announced his retirement earlier this month. Mayor Jim Gray put together a search committee to look for his replacement. 2 of the 4 candidates are internal for the Lexington Division of Police. Mark Barnard is the current assistant chief of the Bureau of Investigation. Lawrence Weathers is the assistant chief of special operations. The 2 outside candidates are Dwayne Depp, who is a member of the Kentucky Parole Board, and Terry Wilfong, who recently retired as chief of police in Greenville, South Carolina. Now, Mayor Gray's news conference is set for 10 o'clock this morning. We will be there and have his announcement on WKYT News at noon.
And Ronnie Baston will continue as Lexington's Commissioner of Public Safety. Well, we have an update this morning about a dog that was found abused in central Kentucky. Lola, a Doberman, is doing much better now. State police arrested her owner, Ricky G., over the weekend. He is charged with animal cruelty. Police say rescuers found his 2 dogs chained to a pole outside of his Rowan County home. One of those dogs died, but Lola is being cared for by the Star Rescue Group, who says G's charge is not enough.
I don't think the maximum penalty for a Class A misdemeanor is really justification for one life and the suffering of the other life, but we just hope that whatever maximum penalty is available will be sentenced to.
And Star needs help in paying for Lola's vet bills and food, and they are accepting donations.
Well, the U.S. is considering whether to put North Korea back on its list of state sponsors of terrorism. This comes after a cyber attack on Sony Pictures over a movie about the assassination of its leader. In an interview on CNN's State of the Union, President Barack Obama said he's reviewing the facts and considering how to respond. But North Korea denies it was involved and is threatening to strike back. Sony says it's now working on a way to release the controversial film. Memorials continue to grow in Brooklyn, New York, where 2 police officers were shot and killed Saturday. Ishmael Brinsley fired 4 shots at the 2 officers as they sat in their squad car before killing himself. Hours before the shooting, investigators say the troubled man shot his ex-girlfriend in Maryland. They also say he had posted threats against police on social media in the wake of the deaths of Michael Brown and Eric Garner. Well, the recent police killings of Brown and Garner and others continue to spark demonstrations in cities across the country. Last night, demonstrators demanding justice shut down part of downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Meanwhile, hundreds of people marched in Philadelphia calling for racial equality.
The time is now 6:38 on WKYT this morning. We just had to show you this. A Lexington homeowner is lighting up his neighborhood with a Christmas spirit. The home on Mount McKinley Way features a computerized Christmas display. The owner asks anyone who visits to bring non-perishable food, an item that you can leave there that will be donated. He's collecting cans for God's Pantry, and his goal is to get more than 200 pounds of food. So a good time over there, and you can do a good deed as well.
That's very cool. I love it.
It's neat, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And Christmas came early this year for one Australian man after he was rescued by Santa Claus.
Okay, a firefighter dressed as Santa was handing out toys in a neighborhood with his colleagues when he noticed a house on fire. He sprung into action, and the fireman, now known as St. Nick Carey, helped drag the unconscious man from the smoke-filled building. Look at that. A neighbor saw what was happening and pulled out his cell phone to record the the rescue.
All right, Santa to the rescue. Already doing good deeds this week.
Wow. You can do it all.
Yeah, really. 6:39, the time on WKYT this morning.
Let's check to see how traffic is moving this morning with live drive traffic.
Look outside right now at Limestone in Virginia. Everybody's moving along fine there. No reports of any major problems this morning. They are going to be doing some blasting around Alexandria Road this morning. And this is in the area of the roundabout around Viley Road. All of this, of course, a part of the widening of New Circle Road. So keep that in mind, and that's anticipated around 9 and 3 today. Otherwise, you're good to go with no reports of any trouble. Lots of folks out there doing that last-minute shopping. And more news is on the way on WKYT on your Monday.
It's the jackpot of all jackpots. We'll tell you about the annual drawing in the world's richest lottery in about 6 minutes.
And we have a lot of rain headed our way coming in toward Christmas Eve and also into Christmas Day. There's Christmas Eve. Look at all the rain around, but watch as we go off into the night. Start to see that transition. So when are we expecting it to move on in, and how much we're expecting? I'll show you that forecast coming up.